Let's continue with our story. So, a dishonorable choice could be related to work, and associated vultures may be significant. So, let's talk a little bit more about this. This is not in the not so distant past. Tell me more. It's going to have to do with greed. Someone holding very tightly to something, not wanting to let go. It could be their stability, their pentacles. But without holding on, there's no flow. 101. There's no flow. If we don't release out into the universe, nothing comes back. So just this withholding, holding something tight to your chest. And this may have to do with something of again, just letting something go. Whether there's a meddling energy or there's someone trying to be protective. At the end of the day, each soul is on a journey here. So this is in the past. It's your choice as to whether you want to return there or not. And I see for at least this upcoming evening, a restoration. So someone may actually be making a choice to restore. And that actually goes right in alignment with this reading. A restoration, being aligned with the self is of the utmost importance. And perhaps that's the choice. So let's continue on. Spirit presenting, talking about happiness, could have to do with family, somebody overly burdened, beginning again. It could be after a life review. Boy, 10 of Pentacles here. We've got 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Fool, and 10 of Pentacles. So definitely family, legacy. Spirit points to this, some type of download related to the happiness, to whether it's a move or almost being home. It's going to take a leap of faith. There's something with longevity here. A life review starting over, but right ahead of you is something with longevity. Tell me a little bit about the masculine, whether they're very passionate about something, they're passionate about work, or they may be feeling oppressed. We did talk about there is such a thing as a darker type of fire magic. I'm not going to necessarily go into that unless this comes out again, but it's a possibility. Someone really feeling oppressed with work or bound, materially bound to their work. There's a stalemate. Four of Swords. Someone is in need of rest. Yeah. I feel like maybe that was in a different reading this morning, a stalemate energy, but it's almost like something's been built, like a home. A home has been built, and there's a stalemate. Like no one's going inside. There's no entry, and there's the beginning of love here. A home has been built. There's just no entry, and perhaps whether someone is addicted to overworking, possibly. There's a beginning here of love. And this morning with a different collective, we talked about this. I think it was, is it Garen? I'm not familiar. It's the movie The Wild, but lifting up an empty cup, and the idea of Ace of Cups, whether it's beginning of love or beginning of self-care. I can't remember. Is it Guaranteed? Guaranteed. Is that Eddie Vedder? That song's significant because I just keep getting Ace of Cups today. But there is something about having a void, empty cup, lifted up. And in traditional tarot, it's overflowing with emotion. Someone's missing the mark? Something about missing the mark with their empty cup. perhaps you're attached to something that doesn't work. It's like letting go to what you've attached to something. This cup needs moved. It's missing the mark. If you're in my collective, you may understand what I'm trying to get at here. Like the cup, something's missing the target. But there's a home here. There's love here. Someone just maybe literally grinding or so oppressed by work that they've just missed it. They're missing this cup here. Let's talk about the feminine. They may be feeling a lot of anxiety, trouble sleeping at night. I'm hearing setting fire, that Adele song. I can't remember what she's setting fire to. It's not the rain. I can't remember. Feminine's moving on to calmer waters. So a trip may be significant, dropping anchor. Island may be significant. This is beginning, a beginning here, a beginning of truth, a breakthrough. I'm not familiar with that song, but I'm hearing that setting fire, that song. Again, I feel like we heard that not too long ago. Virgo, Hermit, need to withdraw. Somewhere we had that. No. Somewhere I had that. I thought I had 4 for restoration. Somewhere a restoration is significant. So feminine moving out of that energy, moving away from setting fire, whether someone just has set fire to things, and moving, maybe setting fire to things behind them and moving on. There's a breakthrough here, a beginning of truth. And an ascension, a rise. All right. 718. Let's talk about, and with this feminine, with this moving on, there's a choice to go back to this, battle with no winners, or someone's just holding on. And that's where Mulan's coming up. Since I've posted that reading, different things, that song, the song about Be a Man. And maybe that's what's been taught. It's work. I can't remember the whole Mulan, but this choice about work, achievement, and constantly being circled, the need to be a man in this world, and what that means work related. I mean, I have masculine energy in me. I am not a man's, but I know that a lot of pressure comes with that. A lot of burdens are carried, especially financial. I don't know why I'm being drawn back there, but there's this feminine, there's a choice. So the Lovers presents, and perhaps it's for both masculine and feminine, because there's a convergence point. There's a restoration, perhaps, what am I trying to say? Not reconciliation. A meeting that once traveled, once there's an ascension, you could go back to battling with no winners, holding on. There's just something here about making a choice about work and vultures. Going back, there's their vultures. And maybe it's like, if you go back to that, they're showing me the reading that I had last week on Instagram. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So something you're already familiar with related to work, were their vultures. Let's continue on. What's in the other option here? Other option is more of an ascension with hope, healing, star. We have Aquarius energy, the world, completion, success, travel. A different choice. Boy, choice energy all over this. Something completed with a choice. Having the world in your hands and hope. I don't know why I'm hearing thrush. I don't know if that's a type of a bird. I know thrush can be something else. Take it as it resonates. I think there's, I could be wrong, but the bird related. I believe it's the bird thrush, not the something like on a baby, let's say a baby's mouth would get, or related. But it may be significant. So let's continue on. Is that really it? Yeah, I guess this karma. Tell me about this karma. So there's a choice. There's hope. There's success. Healing. Choosing healings. A healing path. It feels fluted here. I planted a lot of seeds. There's the beginning of passion. It could be like a birth may be significant. Greatly, a beginning, standing on what you're passionate about. And it may be all out war. And that's where Mulan, like preparing, it's almost like preparing for all out war. And that's related to the Huns. There's a lot of, there's wounded just on your last leg. What do we have here? I got Page of Wands again. Could be related to this energy. This is an adventuresome energy. They're enthusiastic. They come more, travel. This compared to the other, the lighting. Maybe this is someone who's setting fire, like holding fire in their hand. The dandy type of energy. But that, it's Emperor energy, Aries, wounded. A Page of Wands may be significant. Wounded but enthusiastic, and could be like deep in their feels. This karma, or this karmic. They hold a ship at their heart. Virgo may be significant. Wish fulfillment. Seems like things have been turned upside down, but okay, how about a little bit more? Tell me a little bit more about, tell me about the masculine. A little bit more about this masculine, this oppression, or whatever this is, or this overworking, this stalemate. Stalemate with love. Like they're just missing the mark. Their cup is empty, but they just keep missing the mark. Something's not clear. There's an attachment that has them missing the mark. Yeah, there's a brighter future assured. Something vivid and promising, and perhaps sangria is significant. A cup again, a cup of sangria. Like whatever this has blanketed them, whether it literally was like this shrouded or this darkness, there's a brighter future. So maybe shoring up your energetic systems, protecting yourself, getting help if you need it, but cutting your cords. There's a success. There's a bright, promising future with this beginning of self-love or love after the stalemate. Tell me about the feminine. Tell me about the feminine. They appear to be moving on. It's the beginning of some type of truth, a key, given a key to something. A spiral staircase may be significant. Euphoria, and this came up. I saw a post from that. I never saw that series. I don't know if this is on HBO or if it was on Netflix, and I'm going to agree. This must be a very strong feminine reading related to just aligning with yourself. There's euphoria here, beginning, springtime is significant, or whether this past spring, like all these things that were, even though I was saying gestation, it's different than um, eggs, but it seems like there's these, this reminds me of Field of Dreams and Colette Baron Reed's Oracle deck. I think it's the map. Like things are just in egg form, ready. They're going to be opening up, resulting in joy. And the feminine may feel this. They may be like on pins and needles because there is joy, there's victory. There's fruits, and maybe this is an alignment, yeah, grounded, fruits grounded, and this could be an alignment of the yin and yang, masculine, feminine within, that allows an ascension. And there's a choice. Are you going to go back? Are you going to go towards a more hopeful future? And perhaps that bird, a thrush, is significant. So there's something about that song, Be a Man. Again, no, take that as it resonates. But, you know, Mulan is a teenage, you know, young lady pretending to be a man. But there's something in that story, perhaps bringing honor to your family with perhaps like something really heroic, some type of effort that will be seen. So that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching this little mini series here, and please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.